Welcome everybody to the Content Hub for Marketers HubSpot user group. Today is not a full-on 1 hour presentation. Today is an office hours presentation. So I'm going to do a short 10 to 15 minute presentation in the beginning, and then we're going to go into questions. So hopefully you have, or you will have a lot of great questions so we can spend some time together and go through some of the challenges we've had, how we do it, what you're doing, what your challenges are, and maybe we can help each other here. So again, today office hours is about how to use the StoryBrand methodology and AI for website design. So this is again the Content Hub for Marketers HubSpot user group. So the whole point of this hub is to help you create better websites, redo your websites, make sure that you can take advantage of the Content Hub and make the most out of the Content Hub in HubSpot, especially if you're not a developer. So we try to make it easy for everybody here. So again, thanks everybody for connecting today. Let us know in the meantime if you're there, who you are, where you're connecting from, and your position. Hi, Alex. Hi, John. Eileen. Thank you guys for connecting today. And if you are watching us from the recording, which we know we have dozens of other people that subscribe, thank you for watching this. And if you have any questions, you can. I'll give you all my information so we can review that later. Even if you're watching it offline. So again, welcome to the Content Hub for Marketers HubSpot user group. We're going to get this party started right now. You already did. Tell us in the chat if you connected again and you haven't. Please let us know who you are. Let's make this a community and help each other. We are Nexity Marketing. I'm Gabriel Margugni. I'm the CEO. I'm founder of Nexity Marketing. We've been in business for more than 22 years now, and we specialize in HubSpot implementation. We only do websites in HubSpot. We do HubSpot implementation and optimization, and we run marketing, sales, and customer service strategies through HubSpot. We also do video marketing, and that's why we also run the video HubSpot user group, which was the event that we did yesterday. Very similar event to the one that we're going to do today. If you have any questions about what we do and how we can help you later, let us know. You can also ask us anything in the chat. I'm going to leave right here our website and also a special that we have. We're running a HubSpot audit and coaching for Q4. It's about to end. That is 25% off for our HubSpot audit. If you're interested and if you have questions, let us know. So let's get right into it. Like I said, we're going to do a quick presentation, a couple of slides, talk a little bit about how we use the StoryBrand methodology, how we use AI to create better content for websites, and then we're going to go into questions, Q&A. So whomever doesn't know the StoryBrand methodology, there's a book. I'm going to share the link to the book in a minute. The book is called How to Build Your StoryBrand. And the whole point of the book is to present this methodology and how to use this methodology and this framework to make it all easy for your ideal clients to identify themselves and to have a clear journey on your website, on your content, on your videos. I'm going to, again, put the link right here in the chat for everybody that can check the book. It's right there. It's called How to Build a StoryBrand. Now, the book presents the methodology. You can also take courses online. The StoryBrand methodology and framework is now famous. A lot of people are using it for different things, but it's particularly great for website design and home pages and service pages and product pages. So the whole point of the StoryBrand methodology is to make your ideal clients the hero of the story. And you are not the hero. It's not about how many years in business you've been. It's not about how many awards you've won. It's not about any of those things. You're only a guy to help your hero be the hero of the story. So at the end of the day, how do you do that? You talk more about them than you talk about yourself. You talk more about their issues than the solution that you are providing or you providing the solution. So for example, a typical StoryBrand homepage has a clear message, who you are and what you do and who you do it for. At the top, below the fold, above the fold, above the scroll fold, you have a clear, very, very clear message. In this case, I have an example of our website helping businesses like yours grow with HubSpot, and a little description of how we do it. That's pretty much it. And then some specific gains that they would get if they work with us. Now, right after that, you go into the problems or the challenges that your ideal clients might have. What you want them to do is, when they're on your website, this goes for every page, but especially the homepage. When they're on your website, you want them to identify themselves with the problem. If they can identify themselves having that same challenge, having that same problem, then they can say, okay, this is for me. I'm going through this pain. I want the solution for this pain. So the next thing you do is you talk about that solution. You don't talk about yourself yet. You talk about the solution that solves that problem. And that could be in text, in bullets. It could be an image. It could be a video. Video is a great way to do this. We'll talk a little bit about that right now. And if you weren't yesterday for our video marketing yesterday we talked about the same thing, how to use StoryBrand for video. You can actually watch that video on our recordings, and I can share that link later. So long story short, clear message, the pain, and the solution to that pain. If you did that correctly, if you did that right, your ideal clients should be able to identify with the pain and should be able to say, oh, this is a solution to my pain, and they will want to know more. So if they keep scrolling, that is when you say, we are an authority in this solution. We are the ones that we have been implementing this solution for this amount of years. Here's a testimonial. Here's some companies, logos that we have helped. Here's some, video testimonials of people that say we are great at implementing this solution and how it solved this problem. So if you understand this correctly, that it's a clear journey for your ideal clients to go through your website and understand who you are, what you do and who you do it for, the pain, so they can identify with their pain, the challenge, the solution to that pain, and you as an authority to that solution. And then right there, then you explain, this is the process, 1, 2, 3. Here's a plan. And then make it simple for them. This is what you're going to do. You're going to have a meeting with us. We're going to identify these issues, and then we're going to present a solution. And it's so easy. Here's a call to action to get this started. So if you look at it as a very clear journey that takes someone from their pain through the solution, kind of like the Nemo movies, right? Like that, kind of like the movies that they have a template on how someone goes through the hero story. This is exactly the same thing. You take them from their pain to the solution, to you as an authority, to then there's an easy plan and there's a call to action, 1, 2, 3. So now, knowing that this is a clear messaging, this solves for the question that everybody has when they're redoing their website or when they're doing a website for the first time. It's like, what do we put on the website? And everybody's like, oh, I have this, I have that. Here's a portfolio, gallery. Here's a video. Here's our slogan. And this is more about us. And we've done all this thing. And usually you go to most websites and it's like me, 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 me. And the solution and the client is at the end or on another page, right? And then they put me, 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 me on the homepage. And then they put about us as the second page, most important page. So literally everything in the first, second, third, and fourth page is about the company and how they're great and how they, no, it's the opposite. StoryBrand is about making your ideal client the hero of the story so they can identify with the solution and then identify with yourself as the authority on that solution. Now, this creates a very clear messaging, and this, of course, boosts engagement, leads, and conversion. It increases your probability of getting better SEO because there's a clear message. Google will like this. ChatGPT will like this. And I say ChatGPT because SEO is for the AI too. We actually had the first client that came from ChatGPT closed last month. And they found us on ChatGPT. So do not just do this for Google, do it for all the AIs out there that are going to recommend you and recommend your clients, your website and your solutions and your articles to your potential clients. So that clear message is going to help you with SEO. Is going to help you when someone gets to your website. Your website will become your best salesperson because it'll convert visitors into leads, which is why we use HubSpot for websites. And it is going to be so much better for you because people will identify themselves and their pain or not. And you will save time with the people that are not your ideal clients. You want both things. You want your ideal clients to identify themselves with the pain and the solution, and you want your non-ideal clients to leave as soon as possible so you don't waste time and you don't waste their time at the same time. The last thing you want is to schedule a bunch of meetings and then spend an hour with someone that is not your ideal client. And again, some products and services could be sold to everybody, but most don't. So you definitely want this to be catered to your ideal persona, your ideal clients, and to attract and convert, engage and convert your ideal clients into leads that you can close into clients. And yes, Alex, it was pretty awesome to have someone that went through their whole journey from finding us on ChatGPT. They literally went and said, other companies done this, that do this and this and that. And the response was our company, which was amazing. So again, remember, SEO is not just for Google anymore. Google has an AI, but also ChatGPT could become a source of leads for your company and for clients for your company. So now that we talked a little bit about how StoryBrand works, any questions about StoryBrand? Of course, I recommend reading the book. We used the book as book club as part of the company. At Nextiny, we actually have everybody go through the book. We do internal trainings too, because we use StoryBrand not just for homepage websites, but every page on your website could be restructured thinking of StoryBrand, your emails, your videos, everything. Yesterday, we did a whole presentation on how to do this for video, how to use StoryBrand for your video, laying out the video script as a StoryBrand framework. So the pain, the solution, and making it into a video. And that would be the perfect video you would put on a home page on your website. So think about that and think about how other places you can use, of course, landing pages, of course, pillar pages for SEO. This is a great framework that solves the issue of what do we put on the website? What do we put at the top? What do we put at the bottom? Should we put the video at the top? Like literally, we are having these conversations constantly, and this makes it super easy. Sometimes we just put the whole methodology on the homepage with the design and give the client just spaces so they can fill out the information of their messaging, their ideal pain, ideal solution. Literally, it makes it easier to design websites if you're thinking about this. Any questions, guys? You can put it on the chat. We can talk about it later. But let's talk a little bit more about the next thing, which is how to use AI to solve for this. Because at the end of the day, one of the things that we discussed with our team, and it has been a priority for us for a long time, is using AI to save time. AI is not something that will do the work for you. AI it's an incredible assistant to your job, to your work. It shouldn't be a replacement of you or the task that you're doing. It should be the best assistant you can have. So when you're doing a video, it can write your script. When you're doing a website, it can write the copy. Now, it cannot write the copy from scratch because that is probably going to be identified as 99% written by AI because it was. And it won't have any value because it's not catered to your specific audience. It's not catered to your specific solution. But the more information you give AI, the better results you'll get. So if you provide your whole homepage or your whole website and you say, write a homepage, write the copy for this website, for a new homepage with the information from this whole site, and rewrite it in using the StoryBrand methodology. And by the way, we want to cater to these industries and we want to cater to these specific buyer personas. And here's the definition of my buyer personas, go. That is a completely different task for an AI like ChatGPT or Jasper or any of the ones that you might use. We use ChatGPT and Jasper all the time. Than write a website copy for a marketing agency that's HubSpot with the StoryBrand methodology. That still will work, and you'll get probably a better draft for your copy because it's already structured with the StoryBrand methodology. And by the way, ChatGPT understands the StoryBrand methodology perfectly. That is a very laid out template for ChatGPT, and it works great. So the more data you put into ChatGPT or any AIs, the better the results you're going to get from it. So you can literally do that. Give the whole website as a resource, give some articles as resource, give some industries as resources. Just put that in the prompt. Put all that information in the prompt, and you can even make it into a conversation. Here's the website. Here's the provide all that information, and then say, with all this information I provided, create a StoryBrand homepage copy, and that is amazing. It creates amazing copy, and the more information you give it, the more background you give it, the better it's going to be, and the more connected to your voice and who you're talking and how you talk on your website is going to be. So content drafting and refinement and editing AI is an incredible tool for that. Now, the other thing you can do is you can use this for blog articles and use the StoryBrand methodology to structure them in a way. Or case studies, for example, are a great pain solution. Literally, that's the structure of every case study in the world. So think about it. You can use that for case studies and success stories. So, of course, you can optimize this for SEO at the same time you optimize it for messaging. So you can give the prompt of doing all of this and make sure this is optimized for these keywords or these audiences, or I want to show up on Google for these things, or I want these intents to be connected to this copy. And ChatGPT or any AI will give you more insight and include the keywords in as part of the copy, or include the intent as part of the text that is in the copy. Of course, you can do more research on who you're doing this. You can do research on the targeting of your audiences through AI. You can adjust message based on the behavior and your preferences on who you're targeting and all that stuff. So this is definitely something I would recommend, is playing with StoryBrand and AI to rebuild website pages, especially home pages. But then if you think about it, every service page is a homepage. It's a landing page. And the service could be very clear message, the pain that you have for that service, the solution that this service provides, and then again, the authority of why that service is. Think about it. Every page on your website, especially homepage, service pages, landing pages, should be and could be restructured with StoryBrand. So that is the presentation for today. Of course, this is where, when we do in office hours, we get into questions. So any questions, guys? I hope you have a lot of questions so we can have a good conversation. I'm right here. I'm going to do the awkward silence. So I give you 1 second to decide who's first to ask a question. Or disconnect. That's another way that you guys can do it. You can disconnect and we can all go and enjoy our Friday. But I'm here to answer your questions. Any questions, guys? You can come off mute. You can put it in the chat. Beth, Eileen, Alex, Kike. Have you been using AI for this? How are you using it? Have you redone HubSpot sites? Alex, yes, we do. We only do websites in HubSpot. So if you, yes, definitely using this methodology. Actually, I'm going to share right here. That is a great question. I'm going to share our website design page, which has more information about this. And this is our website design page that tells you how we do website design. And then if you go to the portfolio, in the portfolio page, which I'm putting it right there, in the portfolio page, actually that is a bad link. Let me delete that and put the right one. So in the portfolio page, you'll see that there is a category that you can choose, and the category is called StoryBrand. So if you go to our portfolio page, you can see all the websites that we've developed in HubSpot, all of them. We only do HubSpot design, but then you can go into StoryBrand examples, which is a category, and that shows you a lot of websites that use the StoryBrand methodology, different websites in different industries. So those are great examples for that. Thank you, Alex. Eileen, is there a good way to tell if I'm already using some StoryBrand elements? Yes. And what's the easiest, quickest edits? Yes. This is a great question for AI. You can literally copy paste the text of your homepage, put it on ChatGPT, and say, is this a good strategy is this a good content? Is this good content for a homepage for my company that I do this and this and this, and this is my URL? Is this laid out in the StoryBrand methodology? Or what else should I do? What should I change? And literally ChatGPT will tell you, change this and this and this, or you can move these two sections. You can ask that question. You can even say, this is my homepage, and just put the URL and say, am I using the StoryBrand methodology correctly? What, as part of the whole prompt, just put, this is my website. Am I using the ChatGPT? Am I using the StoryBrand methodology correctly? What am I missing? Are there any sections that I should change? Do you recommend any copy changes? And literally ChatGPT will answer all those questions and then tell you exactly what copy you need to put, considering everything on your website, Eileen. So I would definitely, that is the easiest way to do it. Ask AI and then go from there. It is a fun exercise for sure. And again, if you give AI more information, if you say, this is my website, but now I change my industry and I'm only doing this for hospitals in Rhode Island, then ChatGPT will actually change the copy to cater it for that industry or that location. So you can say, yes, do this, do that, and what about this, but also change it to make it more into this specific thing. Thank you, Eileen, for the question. Any other questions, guys? Kike, I can also respond in Spanish if you need to. Hablamos español también. So anything else, guys? Any other questions? What AI tools? So what AI tools are we using most in HubSpot? I believe that, well, Breeze is going to be a game changer for a lot of people. I think the Copilot is getting better and better. I think those are tools definitely worth testing. And everything in HubSpot is good enough when it launches, but gets better and better over time. So just wait. I was waiting for HubSpot to get excited about AI. Last year, they launched HubSpot AI, and that was already a game changer for a lot of people because it introduced people to ChatGPT. But inside HubSpot, you could create an email, you could create a blog, but it was basic and it was introductory, which it was great because it gets more people excited about these things. Now, this year, they launch Breeze, they launch Copilots, they launch a lot of different things that will definitely make a bigger difference, because what you need to understand is, like I said before, the more information you put into AI, the more data you provide AI, the better the result is going to be, the more specific the result is going to be, the better content is going to be. And even it's not going to be showcased as AI. Google won't be able to recognize that was written by AI, or people won't be able to recognize it was written by AI, because you gave so much information. The value of the piece of content comes from you, not from ChatGPT trying to find something that sounds real which is what ChatGPT does. ChatGPT just does what it can with all the information that it has to create something that kind of sounds real, right? But if you give it real information, it will include that real information, and it will not only sound real, but it will be real and specific and for an audience and for an industry. So that's where using HubSpot as a tool to create content or to create campaigns or things like that with the copilots comes, takes this to the next level, because HubSpot has so much insight about your contacts, about your deals, about your industry, about who you're targeting, who's engaging with your emails. All that information, they're going to start connecting more and more things with AI, which will inform your Copilot. It will inform Breeze. It will inform all the different tools internally. So when you say, write a blog about this and that, it's not just ChatGPT starting from scratch. It's HubSpot that knows all your blogs, that knows all the people that read them, that knows which blogs were read more. So the more HubSpot gets these tools connected into the data that's in there, the more specific, even if you do a simple prompt, the amount of information that HubSpot has already is going to allow you to create more and more content, better and better content, easier and faster. You can say, create a campaign about this, or what should I do for this type of campaign? And it'll be much, much easier. I would say right now, to answer your question specifically, Eileen, I think the greatest tools are the ones that you can create fast pieces of content or fast text with context from the AI. For example, when you're doing SEO on pages, it creates great, descriptions and titles and things like that. And that's like super easy things that saves you a ton of time without having to do the research, and then it's starting to add data from SEMrush, so those things will get better and better over time. Right now, we're using those little ones all the time. And the email creation side of things for sales is also great, because you can see the kind of email that you want to create depending on the context and all that stuff. You can also ask questions. How many meetings did you have? I've been doing that lately. Is like you can ask the Copilot, what are the deals that engaged with blah 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 lately, and instead of creating a list and putting things, you can just ask AI on a Copilot, and you get a lot of data. You can get, these are the deals, these are the leads, or these are the people engaging with you, and that will help salespeople be faster at what they're doing every day. And the best you can do for a salesperson is save them time, right? We stayed updated on all the hot groups, which I had known about yesterday's presentation. So I'm going to share right here HubSpot user groups. I'm going to share the main page so you can see all of them, and you can see the directory. You'll be able to register for them and get information in there, Eileen. But also I'm going to share our resource page. So if you go to our resource page, we run 3 hugs. And if you just subscribe to that, in that resource page, you'll see the different events that we have. And we even have a video bootcamp that we're running 3 times a year. So you'll be able to see that there. Any other questions, guys? StoryBrand and AI creativity helps in campaigns to grow and show better results? Yes. Kike, that's a great question. When you use StoryBrand, your content is optimized for conversions. It's optimized for messaging, so it's clear. People can go through the journey very easily. They don't have to click on 13 pages to understand what the heck you do and how do you do it, or is this solution good for me? Like literally, you go to websites sometimes and you're like clicking because you're like, do they do this? What's the pricing? How can they, like, is this right for me? Well, StoryBrand solves for all of that. So you can definitely have better messaging, better journey for your ideal clients. Now that ends up creating a better converting website, not only a better, growing website that grows on SEO because the content is exactly what Google wants and understand what you do and how you do it and for whom you do it. But definitely increases conversions because in every page there is a call to action at the bottom. So, at the end of the day, that's what you need. You need a clear journey with clear messaging and a call to action. So yes, it grows campaigns, it helps you grow your website, and it helps you create better results. That's why we use it. Now, there are other ways that we do that, and I'm going to share 2 articles here. One is exactly that, is how to use HubSpot StoryBrand and the Ask You Answer for marketing success. That first one that I shared, we actually put together an article that showcases the 3 things. Using HubSpot, which is the tool and the platform for analytics, understanding, running your campaigns and all that stuff. StoryBrand is your messaging and conversion methodology, and They Ask You Answer as your growth engine and answering your ideal client's question, which does 2 things. Number 1, your salespeople have better answers to everybody's questions. If you're thinking about what questions your ideal clients are asking constantly, and you're writing content or creating videos or creating new pages on your website that answer those ideal clients' questions, then your salespeople have a lot of resources at their disposal to answer questions on a daily basis. So number 1, it helps your salespeople sell at a higher rate and close at a higher rate. Now, the greatest side effect of that, of creating content that actually answer your ideal client's question, is SEO. It increases your SEO. So using They Ask You Answer in combination with HubSpot and StoryBrand can increase your SEO, get people on your website, clear messaging and conversions, and then your salespeople can close at a higher rate. That's why we love using the 3 methodologies and the 3 things at the same time. And then I put another article on how to optimize your website using StoryBrand, which we did a whole 1-hour workshop on StoryBrand websites, and also wrote that article that goes step by step on the different sections of the website. So that should help. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? This was fun. Thank you for all the questions. I knew you had some questions. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I'm sitting right here waiting for the questions and they never come. You guys did great. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining today. If you're watching us, offline, thank you for joining us. We'll be sending the recording later today or Monday. And if you have any questions, I'm going to put my email address here if you guys want to connect. And yeah, that's correct. And I'm going to send you my LinkedIn so you guys can also connect on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, please let me know. We are here to help. Hopefully, everybody can use StoryBrand as a methodology to do your website, your videos, your content. And hopefully this helped you get some new ideas on how to do it easier with AI, and go from there. Thank you again, everybody, for connecting, and happy holidays, everybody. Take it easy.